Alrighty folks, want to welcome you back to another video from Yates Computers Tips and Reviews. So for this one, I want to do another test for the year. I did one for last year. It was a test. I see a lot of people have not really watched that video and it's some very important information. This is something I believe is very important information that everybody needs to know for the future, for present, for everything now. So I wanted to present this video out there as a test to get people to really inquire and think about this. Because this is very kind of an important fact and a lot of things that you need to know and a lot of things that you need to apply. It is about your network. What do you need for your network? I'm sure a lot of people already think they understand and they know it all, that their network's good, but I have lots and lots of videos already done explaining a lot of these things, and I'll probably put some questionnaire forms out, some quizzes out during this year relating to this subject on YouTube, Facebook, and other places, asking what kind of operating system you're running, what kind of network cables, if you're running wireless, wired, if you're running dual, wired and wireless, if you're running mesh, what you're running to accomplish what you need for your network. Now again, this is $1 million question, and this is another wormhole or rabbit hole or black hole. I call it all rabbit holes because once you go down that rabbit hole, it can lead into all of these subjects. So this is the year-end quiz, and I'll do kind of a wrap-up video. Again, I've pretty much done all those videos, but I want to go through and summarize all this because tech is changing, and it's changing in big ways. And this year, I mentioned in a couple videos already, it's kind of amazing for me to have to say this, but today's computers, you don't need a solid state hard drive in them anymore. And it's kind of a unique thing, a SATA drive, basically. You do not need a SATA drive anymore. You don't need a standalone independent drive that mounts in the case anymore. Something like this. You don't need that no more. Networking has changed a lot too. There is a lot coming out with Wi-Fi 6, with 2.4, 5 gig. There's a lot of things that are out there. So this was kind of what I was bringing up for this year for people to ponder and really think about. A lot of these things. What is needed? What is not needed? What is nice to have? What is great to have? What is a must-have? There's a lot of these possibilities and a lot of these things that are in there. Do you have to have N? Do you have to have G? Do you have to have F? Does it have to be Wi-Fi 6? Why? All of these things come into play. Networking, shielded, unshielded, are your basic wire differences. And then you get into Cat 5e, Cat 6, Cat 7, Cat 8. Some of these categories of cabling, you don't have that choice of wired, shielded, or not shielded. That gets into hardware. I have videos, shielded port, unshielded port, what the differences are. So this is what I wanted to bring up for this year's quiz. I want people to see this video and really think about it and really think about and look at your network. Routers, hubs, switches are basically the same device that can do the same function, but they do different things within them. What do you need? Firewall, Physical firewall, software firewall that goes in your system. Both, single, all of these will kind of be brought up. Virus scans. Local, server-based, where it checks all your systems on your network. Maybe both. Malware detection. Now you have a lot of email stuff going on. Do you want something that will scan your email and make sure your email's safe? Make sure you're not getting phishing software attempts. Make sure you don't get other things going on through your email. How you do your email. What service you using for your email. Are you hosting local? Are you out on the cloud? Security software. Are you out on the cloud or are you local? There's a lot of things that have changed and are changing every day right now. A lot of things are going cloud-based. If you're home use or business use, a lot of these things might vary differently between if you're a home user and a business user. And then if you're a corporate user, you got a whole different classification over here. So what you'd be using could be the same, could be different. Of course, if you have a corporate user using all cloud-based security and everything that's scanning networks and all of that stuff, you can sign up for those services and use them at home. If you have 4 people at your house, 4 different systems, whatever you want to do, you can use those kind of services. So I don't discredit them. Internet service. I've mentioned this a lot. I've never got any feedback on anything I've posted. Hopefully this will get some of these posts to grow and get some response. What speed is your internet? That's a huge factor. If you have 100 meg internet or 50 meg internet, you're not going to need Wi-Fi 6 speeds. You're not going to need Cat 8 10 gigabit network connection, because your internet's not going to support it. So, wanted to ponder this out there, throw it out there. What do you need? What is your minimum? What is your maximum? What is out there? I know this is not the same as last year's video. Last year's video is very, very crucial. I'll be doing another video on that because it looks like nobody's paying attention. So, want to summarize this? This would be this year's 2023 quiz. Is your network set up properly? Check it all out. Go through. Make sure you have the proper hardware. How many routers? How many Wi-Fi devices? Security on those devices. Have you changed the default login and passwords? Do you have a mesh network with a standard? Do you have a guest network? These are all critical security things. To have a guest network, so if someone comes over, they're not on the network where they can see all your devices. This is critical information. Sometimes you might want to put 2 wireless routers in, have one for your guest, one for you, so that you have a guest network totally set up on there that's separate from there, that they don't see each other. There's a lot of possibilities. I have videos on multiple routers, mesh networks, all kinds of things. Mesh network I have, you can set up a guest network. So these are what I want to throw out there for the quiz. Check out your network. I'll try to do a review video to give you a lot more information on this. Lump it all together so that people understand what you are really looking at, what you need. If you want to go through security stuff, I got a lot of security videos. I got a lot of cabling videos, got a lot of equipment videos. So really, you can do all your homework here. You can go do your homework, research online, do what you need to find out what I'm talking about, to understand this. Because with technology and the risks and all the bad things out there right now, ransomware, spyware, identity theft, everything that's taking place because of internet and email. I have a video just on email about how dangerous and nasty email truly is. Email is so much worse than standard postal mail. It's a lot unsafer. So there's videos out on that. Certain security you're going to need to take on that. So that is what is drawing this year's quiz video that I want everybody to really think about. It's not about me telling you about all this stuff you're going to need. This is now you going to your physical network, your physical devices, and looking at them, checking them. Make sure you followed these best practices and these procedures. This is what this quiz is about. This is now on you, on your system. Same as last year's, was to check your system to see if you had that issue. And I'm seeing that issue bigger and bigger and bigger everywhere. So let me wrap this one up. I want to thank everybody for watching this year's quiz test. Last week of the month in December, where I post a video, I will have a wrap up to try to explain more of this and go through some of this. I know I already have a lot of videos on this, and as long as this video is on just the simple facts of trying to get you to go look at your devices to understand what you have, what speed you have, if you need to upgrade, if you don't need to upgrade, whatever you need to do. And again, I mentioned you don't have to buy these things brand new. I've mentioned these all over the place. You can go out and get an AC router a couple generations back at thrift stores today for $10, $5. I've shown them in my videos with the sticker on them from the thrift stores I bought them. They're not that expensive. You factory restore them. Go watch all those videos on how to configure it, how to log in, all of those type of things, and you can create a better network for you. So let me wrap this one up. And again, go check your network. Go check all this out. Go back, watch all those other videos I've posted for 3 years to understand all of these points and what you need to check and how you do these things. And to make sure if you're doing backups, those backups are secure. Again, I've talked about unplugging that drive and putting it somewhere else, because not only does that keep that drive safe, if someone gets into your system and breaches your system, they have access to your backups. That's one of the scarier facts, is they can go into your system and just steal your whole backup, copy your whole backup. Guess what? They got all your data. So, wanted to touch base on that on this video, because that's all network security and all of that type of stuff also. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about that key subject. So I wanted to throw that in here in the end of the year test. Alrighty, thank you all so much.